Hey, Rocky and Jim. Per your email this afternoon, I'm just going to record a brief snippet of the patient flow so that you can send that to the pilot participants. And so we'll go through all of the different workflows and what the patients have access to. So I'm going to launch the Oxygen app that you see there. It's going to prompt me to log in with Face ID, which I have already enabled. And now it's going to take the patient directly to their hub. So they'll have access to everything that you see listed here, a list of their previous and upcoming appointments, any lab orders that have been issued by one of their providers, lab results, prescriptions, list of their providers, their profile, and any treatment plans that their providers have listed after appointments as well. I know prescription says coming soon, but this is just the demo environment that is live for the patients, obviously. So you will see some notifications at the top saying that I have lab results that are ready, or I need to check my insurance coverage. Could also show prescriptions here, etc. But let's drill into each section specifically. So appointments, we'll show them all of their previous or upcoming appointments. You'll see a potentially have one in progress, all these past appointments as well. You'll see a lot of canceled one because it's obviously just the demo environment. But if they click on one, they'll also be able to see any diagnosis and assessment and treatment plan that the provider lists. This is blank, the provider not fill it out, but that is where they would have access to that as well. So I'll go back here. You can see all these canceled ones, obviously. Now that's the appointment section. Within the labs tab, the patients will be able to access all of the orders that have been issued to them, as well as any lab results. So I'm gonna scroll through and find one that has the lab results that have been populated here. Give me 1 second. There's a lot within this for the demo account. Great, you'll see it says results available. Most patients will not have this many lab results, obviously, but I'll go ahead and click on that. Give it 1 second while it populates, and you'll be able to see what the patients are able to view from their lab results as well. And I do believe most of the providers have seen this workflow from the provider side, but this is the patient side. So the patient's going to see their referring provider who issued this lab order. They're able to see the tests, procedures, or services that have been conducted. If the patient clicks in, they'll be able to see the results for that specific lab order. They can see if it's within range, out of range. Orange means without a range, obviously. Hemoglobin, arthritis panel. Green means good. Everything is within range here. Hemogram as well. And now you'll see it says results without evaluation. This provider has not evaluated this with the patient yet, so the provider can obviously enable that as well. But that is what the lab results look like on the patient side. They also have the ability to print those if necessary. You can see that icon in the top right. So I'll go back now. Same with the providers tab, a list of all the providers that they've seen. They can easily access them again to book another appointment as well. The profile is very straightforward. Patient can fill in their insurance details here. I'll click through this. I'm not going to complete this section, but they can select what type of insurance they have, select their plan. We'll just say, I'll click an example one, Aetna Better Health, and then they can list their member ID number there, and we will run that insurance eligibility check as well. So I'm going to go back. Their personal details, obviously full name, date of birth, address, contact details, etc. And then their treatment plans as well. Anything a provider has listed within there. I think I showed this a second ago, but you'll see there's a diagnosis listed. This provider did not list a treatment plan. Now, let's walk through the flow of actually booking an appointment with one of the pilot participants. If you'll see in the bottom left, it says find help with the Band-Aid. I'll go ahead and click on that here. I'm going to select a different state for a different demo account, so give me 1 second. Let's select Pennsylvania. Cool, so it's going to search within the state. It'll show them all of their available providers. They can obviously search by different specialties at the top, but just in general, they'll do a search. They'll find a provider they want to connect with. We'll click on Dr. Jessica DeSalvo, see a short description. This is where the bio will be listed for each provider. We'll book an appointment. I'll select telehealth versus in office. I'm going to select telehealth. Let's book that 5 o'clock time slot that we see listed there. It's a 15-minute appointment, $99. I'll confirm that time. Now, each patient's going to have a credit card on file. It's part of the registration process. They also have to confirm they will be in that state at the time of the appointment as well. I'll go ahead and click that here, and I'll confirm. And now I've had my successful booking. So once I hit continue here, I'm going to be prompted to fill in that provider specific intake form. So I'm going to walk through what that looks like now. It's just important to note that each provider is going to provide us with their own intake forms, or they can use the standard templates that we'll walk through today. Cool, so we'll see the details for the appointment. I can fill in the questionnaire here. So what is the main reason for the visit? Let's say flu symptoms. I'm going to speed through some of this just so you guys can get an understanding. I just got an appointment reminder for my appointment. Let me swipe away from that. Specify which areas the problems are located. Sore throat and fever, we'll say. Click next. I've had it for 2 days. We'll say it's shooting and throbbing pains. On a scale of 1 to 10, we'll say the severity is an 8. Usually experience this, we'll say always, it's just constant right now. Go ahead and click next. What makes it feel better or worse? We'll say hot tea and rest. What medications, vitamins, or supplements am I using at the moment? Just for example, I'll go ahead and type in vitamin D. We'll say I'm taking 1 tablet per day. Go ahead and add that. No other supplements or medications currently. Now, the patient is going to go through the review of systems. These are all of the pre-built templates we have listed here. Providers do have the ability to add custom ones as well, but we can go through each one and just give the providers an understanding of the flow. So within general, maybe I've got fatigue and a fever like we talked about. Nervous system, we'll say I've got headaches. Psychiatric, nothing here unless I want to list some other things unrelated to this current fever and flu I'm experiencing. Muscles, joints, and bones. We'll say I've got some pains or aches. Stomach and intestines. We'll say I've got nausea. Sure, there could be some other things that are applicable within here as well. Scroll through to ears. Nothing for this. Eyes, no issues. Skin, we'll say no issues. Nose, maybe I've got a stuffy nose and sinus problems as it relates to this fever. Mouth and throat, we'll say I've got frequent sore throats. This is not uncommon for me. Blood, as you can see, all these options, we'll say nothing. Heart and lungs, we'll say I'm coughing up mucus. Continue to scroll. Kidney, urine, bladder, nothing for this specific appointment. Immune profile, we'll say frequent colds and flus. It's not uncommon for me. Endocrine and metabolic, and then female as well. So I'll go ahead and hit next here. It's going to ask if anyone in my family had diseases or conditions. We'll say no. Have I been diagnosed with any of the following? There's obviously quite a few pick list values here. Patients can search and add new. I'm going to say no for this example and click next. Any allergies? If you say yes, it'll pull up a range of pick list values. We'll just say pollen here. We'll say that it gives me itchy eyes, and we'll continue. Any major surgeries? No. Do I typically get at least 7 hours of sleep? Yes. Do I regularly participate in exercise? If I click yes, it'll prompt me for more information. Let's say I exercise a lot, more than 4 hours per week. Maybe I'm a runner. Hit next. Do I get yearly flu shots? We'll say no. Tobacco or cannabis use? No. Do I drink alcohol? No. Any other drug usage? No. Am I exposed to chemicals in the course of my work? We'll say no. Have I been disabled? No. Great. And so now that the questionnaire has been completed, it's going to prompt me and give me the ability to actually join the call, which you'll see here. So I'll click join a call. It'll take me right into the waiting room, so you can see me there now. And I'm going to log in from the provider side as well, just so you can get a understanding of what that looks like. Just give me 1 second here, please. And I'll log in as the provider as well. Need to make sure to mute my computer so there's no echo. Okay, great. So I just logged in as the provider and the patient here. Sorry for seeing me twice, but if you look at the top, that is the provider section. Bottom left is for the patient side. So now we're actively live in the telehealth visit. You'll see that it was very easy to enter for both the patient and the provider here. The video quality is great, obviously, and it's just very simple to use. And so the patient or the provider has the ability to end the call. I'm going to go ahead and end it on the patient side here. So I'll click the red phone sign. Are you sure you want to leave the call? We'll say yes, the visit is completed. I got what I needed. Go ahead and hit yes. Great, and then it will show up in my list of appointments as well. I can go ahead and access my treatment plan, my assessments, anything like that, or any prescriptions or labs that the provider has ordered as well. So hopefully that gives you a brief understanding of the workflow. As you can see, the applications are very intuitive and easy to use, and we're also going to be enabling a lot of this for the web-based side as well, but this was an app demo. So Rocky and Jim, please forward along to any of the pilot participants that were hoping to see this, and I hope this was helpful. Let me know if there's anything else you guys need. Thanks so much.